So I've got a small issue with the door. This handle has been kind of hard to do, and my kid, I think, my 13-year-old, just kind of grabbed it, and I think it just messed something up on the inside, because I noticed I couldn't lock the door, and then the inside door handle was kind of stuck. So that's the project. So see if we can get this thing fixed. So the big issue is, I think one of the micro switches is stuck with the thing telling the computer to lock it. So I'll unlock it using the key. This is the one I got from Great Rides of Northern Wales. Unlock it, but it probably is going to go to lock real quick. So we'll see. See that? So that one is kind of sticking it, stuck. Lock, so I'm going to have to open up the door real quick, but I can't do this with the video. So I've got it unlocked, but I can't do anything here. This is kind of, I think that's going to be the problem, but obviously something's going on here. So while it's unlocked, we're going to unplug the battery. Ooh, solve my issue. So my issue was this cable is not retracting all the way back. I don't know what's wrong. It's either the cable, whatever, but it was not retracting back. I was able to put an instrument down there to push this mechanism so it was going back down, and I'll have to take off the door card and see exactly what the issue was. All right, door card's off. Obviously this thing's been off before, so let me get back here and peel this away and see what we got to work with. Alright, so my diagnosis is just a bad cable. I think it's just so stretched out that it's not really letting it go all the way down. That seems a little better, what I just did, but it's still not perfect. I think I just need to replace that cable. So I'm going to rebuild the passenger right side front handle. I've got this part STC 3064, the new spring. So this snaps back better. I think that was kind of one of the problems. Someone had jerked my handle so hard it kind of messed up the wire for the inside door handle, so I'll replace that. I'm gonna make this so the handle works better. First of all, I'm gonna take it apart. Before I do that, before I put it back together, I might shave down some of the plastic inside so it doesn't have as much friction, and we'll go from there. So I did this with the driver's side. It's very hard to film putting it back together. It's almost impossible. There was a thing on the forum where you can use some zip ties to kind of hold everything together. I'm going to try that, but no promises. Okay, so I got it apart. You essentially just have to break this piece. There's no way to really dismantle it. I was able to save the pin. I'll use a new one and kind of beat up the spring, but there's really no way to get it out without just breaking this piece. So my thought is, if you can tell, it rubs right here. It rubs along these surfaces. So if I could take some sandpaper or maybe even a little Dremel and kind of sand that down a little bit and make it a little smoother motion in here, that it'll make it a little nicer experience. That's definitely rough. And I'm sure there was some coating on in there when it was brand new, but it's dried up by now. Okay, so here's the two pieces I used. I used this one, but then it was the surface was so rough that I had to use this one to kind of smooth it out. So the problem with this project is it feels a lot better. There's a lot of room for it to slide in. You really don't know until you get the everything back together, the spring and everything in place, just how smooth it's going to be and how much it's going to snap back. I don't want to take off too much material, so I think that I'm just going to leave it like that. Use some 400 grip sandpaper on these surfaces to really smooth them up. So now they're smooth. Okay, so I just got it back together. Again, it's too hard to show. What I did do, how to do it, it's too hard to film it. I did put the spring on either side of the location. I put it all together and I just held it there, and then I put it on its side. Let's see, and I just lined up the 2 holes and put the pin down in the hole. It's pretty difficult to do, but it is what it is. So I got this handle with the cable. This was from the donor P38. So if you notice right here where the cable is, it looks a little beat up. So I'm just going to clean this one up and install it. Well, found the culprit. This thing is not snapping back. I guess the bushing is just shot. So it's not the door lock, it's this piece right here. It's not moving. I've got a replacement one right here, and it moves freely. This is not moving freely. So got everything buttoned up. Everything works with the door handles. Outside, inside snaps back nicely. Now to put on the interior door. Here's the trick. Roll down the window. It's a lot easier to put this thing in with the window down. And don't forget to plug in the speaker